Hello everyone, Mariette Martinez here, and I'm so excited for you to watch the next video where I had a chance to ask a few questions to my speaker, educator, and content creator coach, Misty Megia. I have been working with Misty Megia for over 10 years when I met her back in 2014. She was in charge of preparing all of the speakers and educators that were speaking at Intuit QuickBooks Connects conferences from 2014 and on. That's how we connected together, and that's how she started to mentor and guide me in my transition from practitioner to full-time educator and speaker. Fast forward 10 years later, she now has an amazing speaker cohort called the Theater of Public Speaking. But it's not only for speakers, it's for all women that want to unleash their voice and truly share a important and massive voice and message that they know they have inside of them, but they're just trying to figure out the best way to go ahead and share this with the world. I have many of you ask me about my transition from practitioner to speaker, and also what are those organizations, those resources, those humans that have helped me along the way. And Misty Mejia and her cohort, the Theater of Public Speaking, and her society, which is a community that you can join after you graduate her cohort, is truly the number one resource that has helped me and continues to support me throughout my speaker journey. So check out this awesome chat that I had with Misty when we were just having one of our mentoring sessions, and I decided to stop for a moment and start asking her some questions. And these are the questions that I get several times from my community members, so I figured you'd get the responses directly from her. Enjoy this chat, and if you have any more questions, just ask us here in the comments of this video. And if you're watching this video before one of her upcoming cohorts, I'll drop the link to that cohort here in this video. Thanks, everyone, and enjoy the show. Bye for now. Hi, Misty.
Hello,
Hello.
love.
I was just saying that every time we get on, I always say hi, Misty, and I'm so excited. And it's really for real because we're always this excited when we get on.
Always.
So you have a cohort coming up, and I want to share about it, which you know that I'm excited to share about it, but I do have a couple of questions or maybe discussions that we can go through,
Yeah.
which are ones that come up for my community a lot. And even though I love sharing, and sometimes I'll get on a call and I'll have these conversations with my members, I'm like, why don't I just have a conversation with Misty so she can share her insights on these questions as well. So
All
if it's
right.
okay
All
with
right.
you, can we go ahead and just have a little chit chat here?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm
Okay,
in. What
perfect.
you got?
Okay. So first of all, well, first let's start. Tell me a little bit about your cohort that's going on here in March, which by the way, I'm a two-time graduate. Okay. So I love it and I love sending people to it, but let's go ahead and hear it from you. What is it all about?
Yeah, technically you're a three-time graduate because we also did the advanced.
Yeah, well, that's the advanced, that's next level. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the March cohort is our intermediate program where we help women truly unmute themselves, whether that is needed in the boardroom or to that keynote stage. And we help teach a methodology that is repeatable for success in either area. That's the brief one sentence. Expanding on that, we take all of the women, we do a really small group and really uncover what is holding them back. And it is our mission to create a safe space for everybody to grow in. We have on demand content, we have one on one sessions, and we also have a group component. And all three are necessary because some of us have personal things that we need to work through in those one on ones. Some of us need practice in front of each other, which is that group component. And then a lot of speaker content is stuff that you do in your own office by yourself that you can learn. But once you get to application of it, you kind of need the other humans to be able to be there and go, oh, yeah, yeah, great job.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
Here's
I'm
where
going
you
to
need to
stop you
work.
right there because
Mhm.
there's a few things I want you to unpack. So I want to break a few things down though, because I think all three of these components are completely separate. And I
Yeah.
think it's important for us to understand them. So you said there's the training. So that's really the content. And then there's the group component. And then there's the one-on-one. Now, I'll just for a moment before I have you kind of maybe go deep into like how each one of those will really help transform and serve our ladies. For me, the one-on-one was huge. And I just want to piggyback on what you said. For me, I love being in the group, but I really appreciated you and Krista pulling me aside and giving me that one-on-one and going deeper on areas that maybe I wasn't even aware that I had to go deeper into, or maybe I didn't feel comfortable saying it in a group setting. And so I will say the one-on-one was huge for me because even though I love online learning, I mean, I'm an educator myself. Right. I truly feel that transformation is when someone can tell you right there, face to face, in a very brave, bold, and loving space, like, let's go deeper into that. Let's work on that. So I think that for me has been big. But how do you feel like that kind of that triangle experience of group and one-on-one and training? I mean, how does that really serve the ladies having all three components in your program?
Yeah, the group component is the live practice area.
Okay.
And while we do a lot of the training, we put you in very small groups. Like sometimes it's just you and one other person to really dig into a strategy or a technique that we're training you on. So you can be messy and make mistakes in a safe space.
Yeah.
Because I do not want your first time to be messy and making mistakes, to be in front of a client where you're trying to close the deal.
Yes.
You're like, oh my God, I wish I wouldn't have said it like that. And then you're beating yourself up long term. And so let's be in that space where you have love and encouragement and somebody to give you that feedback and say, oh, let's try that again. The one-on-one component to me is where people can get very specific on their needs. You know that the first session that we do with women, it's called the couch session because they feel like it's therapy.
Hmm.
We're really just digging in to find out where you need help and where you need guidance, what your values are, how we can really uplift those things in every presentation you give. Because it really doesn't matter where you're presenting. What matters is the impact that you can create in that moment. And every single opportunity that we get in a space is the time to make an impact because they're all high stakes for the most part. It's whether you believe it's high stakes or not. The last component, the online education, to me, we break down the storytelling process. It is a very tough framework to believe, but we know that storytelling lights up 7 different parts of the brain and is way more impactful than data. And so we really lean into those pieces on how to help you tell a really good story. And then we lean into delivery and engagement styles and all of these things so you can understand your audience from all different angles and then present and create that impact that we're teaching you how to do in the one-on-one. So it all kind of interconnects to bring you like a holistic approach that then you get to go, this worked for me, this didn't work for me, so I'm going to leave that there. But you get to build your own toolbox based on everything that we share with you.
Yeah, I love that. And something that I want to pull in because I think this is another, not well, maybe a question, but also just an area of curiosity. When we talk about, and you've already said it a few times, where you wanting to build your voice, let's say in the boardroom, you're the CEO of your business, but we also have those women that want to build their voices on the keynote stages. So how does this program really speak to both women, the women that's building their voice in their own business for themselves and for their teams or for their partners, and then those that really decide to move into the keynote as well? So how is that really serving both of these women?
I love this question so much. Coming from my background of being in the corporate environment, being a actor, director, being certified as an educator, I really spent a long time curating the content to make sure that it meets all of those needs. And to me, I've watched women who came in and said, my only goal is to network. That's all I want to do is learn how to network. And now she's a paid speaker.
Yeah.
That was not her intention. But once you know that you have the content that you need to be successful in all areas, there's nothing really stopping you. We've had people that come in that I just want to learn conflict management and how to have a really hard conversation with my team. These skills can be applied in that direction. We have educators like you that are just putting out amazing education and helping others rise through what you do. And that content helps you create those experiences that bring the right people to you and helps elevate them. And so, really, the only thing that we ask for and the people that we work with is that you have the heart and the mindset in the right space. And that to me is more important than anything else. If you're coming and you're saying, hey, I want to be a multi-million dollar keynote speaker, and that is truly your mission, can you get rich doing it? Sure. But I thrive on people that are like, I know that my voice is made for bigger things
Mm.
and I want a path to get there.
Ah, I love that. I love that not only because I have women saying that, but I see that in women. And so that's why I wanted to have this time with you because it's what I see. I see their voice. I see their inner voice. I see their light. And knowing that they have a space like, and I say ours because I feel so connected to the theater of public speaking. Of course, if you'd like, you can share that after you go through the cohort, you're part of a community after that, which honestly, I mean, I don't want to push you over to the community already. You got to go to the cohort first, but that's my favorite part. It's why I've been here for 4 years now, and it's incredible. But I feel like that inner light, of course, it starts illuminating in a cohort experience like this, but it just brightens with every new experience because it's just not our cohort. It's our society, it's our community, it's our women, it's everything that we get after the fact as well. So I wanted to share that. But before I move on, I want to ask you something that's I just want to cover the topics or the questions I get most. And here is one of them. Okay. So this is, I would believe it's really an inner journey you're taking because it's building your voice, right? It's building you, it's building your confidence, it's building a skill set that you may already realize it's something that's important to you, but you're like, huh, but is it that important that I want to invest the time, that I want to invest the money? And they have those objections that they just, how am I going to put time onto building my voice? Okay, because it's a true objection out there. How am I going to go ahead and take time to get in a cohort that's going to take this time to build my voice? Can I just figure that out on my own? Like, do I really need to prioritize time for this? So I'm just asking you, if you got that question from someone, like, how would you respond to that?
Honestly, it does take time. And I won't lie, it takes time and it takes dedication to understand that your voice and your wisdom matter. And we can deprioritize ourselves all we want, but that's not going to fix it. There's never going to be a right time
Yeah.
to prioritize yourself. You have to make the time to prioritize yourself. And so to me, when is it best to have a shortcut to owning your voice and owning your space in any environment? And if that time isn't today, when are you going to say yes to yourself? As women, we just put ourselves on the back burner and we always go, oh, when I have more time, when I have more time. I'm telling you right now, there's never been a time in my life where I am not busy.
Yeah.
And like, and if I have, I must have missed it because when did that happen? Even on my vacations, I plan on my vacation, so I experience everything to the max. But I honestly do believe it. Yes, you're absolutely right. It takes time, and everything that is worthwhile does. But you will get it back tenfold, I believe.
Yes. Absolutely. And I'll just share, I've had the same reservations. I've had the same reservations. Like, do I take
As
time? Do
well.
I make this investment in something like this? How can I not just build my own voice? I mean, I'm being very open and vulnerable about that. And the truth is that I'm not an expert in this. I didn't go to school for this. I don't know all the tools and techniques for this. And Misty did, and her community does. And the women around us have been spending time building this out. So why wouldn't I want the shortcut, like you said, Misty? Like, why wouldn't I want to just spend 6 or 8 weeks with a woman that's going to build this out in me in a very creative and theatrical way as well, which we love, right? With this corporate experience, with this education experience, with this very creative director experience. Now I have the skills, right? And this is like, for me, when I thought about it and just rationalized it, I said, it's just like going and getting any other, educational experience. But this is specifically about my voice. And I think that's why we hold back because it's sometimes so hard to say yes to us. It's,
Yeah,
right? It's like when we say yes to building out our knowledge or our skill set or going to school or getting another program that's going to build like our business, it's like, oh, of course, but that's for our business. It's not for us. And I don't know why we have a hard time saying yes to us, right?
Because, and also your voice is your business.
Yes,
There is not anywhere in your life where you are not vocalizing
it's
something.
so true.
Like, unless you don't have a voice at all. Like, you are speaking up at weddings, you are speaking up in your relationships, you are speaking up in work, you are speaking up with your friend circles. Like, why wouldn't you invest the time of like, hey, what if I could close more deals? What if
Yeah.
I could actually inspire my team to do better work? What if I could actually go to my local press and be interviewed and get free marketing? Like, there are so many things that having a voice unlocked and understanding the power and how to use it impactfully can do for you. So it just blows my mind when people are like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Oh no, but thank you for those examples though, Misty, because I think that's and I'm one of those people. Like I need to understand a little bit more. It's like visualize that, illustrate that for me. Like what do you mean use your voice for? Like what for? Like what other things? So thank you for giving examples. And again, this is why I wanted to have this time with you because it's still something like everything else when it comes to thinking about us and doing that deeper inner work that still needs a little bit more rationalization because even though our heart needs it and our voice needs it, our brain is like, but are you sure? Is it worth it? Right? It's worth it, is what I'm saying, right? It's so worth it that again, I'm a 3-time graduate. I've been here. These women have transformed me. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to share that. So I'm going to wrap us up. But before I do,
Okay.
anything you want to share specifically to get our community excited about what's going to happen over the next few weeks? Because it's happening right now.
Ah, we start March 5th, and these women, I am crying, laughing in the meetings. I love them so much. They have a variety of different backgrounds. Majority of them are the CEOs of their smaller business.
Mhm.
And we are so lucky that we get some of the best people like you and like all of our society members that are in our circle. And so if somebody hears this and they resonate and they go, oh, I want to be around joy and love and learn and laugh, then this cohort is calling you.
Oh my God, I love it. And if you're watching this video after this particular cohort ends, I know this is a live cohort experience. So what can they do to maybe be aware of the next one?
Yeah. Our on-demand content is available year-round. So
Oh,
you
awesome.
can buy that at any time.
Okay.
And if you want the group component, then you would just get like the March or August if you're a female. If you're a male, the on-demand is open for you. But our women's cohorts are March and August of every single year. And so you can just get the on-demand and go, ooh, I'm going to add the group component in one of those months.
Oh, I love it. So March or August. Okay.
Yes.
Yay. All right, my darling Misty, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for this awesome opportunity to share more about our excitement. It's our excitement because that's how excited I
Yes.
am about it. And I'll see you guys in the society. Bye.